right, and we're back with another episode. Joining me today, Angelica Appelman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Cody?
I'm doing fantastic. How's the morning treating you?
It's good. I'm off today, so I'm happy.
Fantastic. Me
Yep.
too. Me too. It's I wish I could be off all the time, but you know,
Yep.
we can't.
Get to sleep in, right?
Exactly. Um, all right, Angelica, for starters, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Sure. So my name is Angelica Appelman. I am a Canadian country singer-songwriter from Kitchener, Ontario. And I've been singing since I could probably talk. I've been writing since I was 13 years old, working on my craft for about 10 years. I grew up in a very musical family. My mom played guitar basically my whole life growing up. My sisters played piano. There was always music blasting in the house. We were always singing. I'm an Italian heritage, so we always were like singing these Italian songs at all of our family functions. I also went to school for the performing arts, so performing and being on stage is not new to me.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
okay, so I did read that music was in your family, doing a lot of family or your concerts in the living room growing up. There's a lot of
Yeah,
that going on.
we would. Yeah, we put on like Shania concerts. We did one on our driveway. We had a huge driveway and we did it for like all of the neighbors and everything. We would pretend that we were Shania, or we would do the Spice Girls. So we had a lot of fun with those.
Okay, awesome. And okay, so in school you did some acting in school.
I did, yeah.
You do you plan to kind of pursue that as well, or are you kind of gonna just stick to music or
I mean, it's never off the table. It's definitely another passion of mine, but I feel like music is where I belong. But I've learned so much from all of my skill and training and education in it, that it's only enhanced my music career that much more,
right?
because I feel like it's helped me to really be able to tell a story from an authentic place.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Awesome. And for someone who's never heard you sing or your music or anything, how would you describe your sound to someone?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say like Tennille Arts is a big influence for me, meets Gabby Barrett or like Lauren Elena, meets a splash of Faith Hill or those 90s country babes.
Love it. And are these artists that inspire you? Do you look up to these?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, definitely. Yes. When I went into writing my EP, those were the three artists that I brought into every session saying, I really feel like my sound is similar to Tennille Arts, or the power of my voice is similar to Gabby Barrett. Or I wanted to just have that sort of powerhouse moment in some of my ballads as the lovely 90s country babes.
Perfect. And
Yeah.
do you look up to someone specifically for songwriting and performing separately?
Yes, I do. I would say I love what Tennille Townes is doing with her songwriting. I
She's
think she's incredible. I saw her at the CCMAs, and just the way that she can craft a story and the different perspectives that she comes from. Like, she doesn't only tell stories from her perspective, she tells them from other people's perspectives. And I think that's a huge gift to have as a songwriter. I would also say Stephen Lee Olson has been on my radar, and that boy can put together a song, that's for sure, and a hit or two or four.
absolutely. All right. Perfect. Are these artists that you listen to while driving in the car, or what are you
Oh, yeah.
playing while you drive? Road trips?
Ooh, what am I playing while I drive? Well, I love Relationship Goals by Stephen Lee Olson.
Okay.
I just put together a Good Vibes playlist on Spotify that kind of represents sort of the inspirations behind my song Happy Place.
Yeah.
And I would say the majority of the people on that list are the people I listen to quite often. So you've got your Tennille's, you've got Faith Hill, you've got Steven, you've got a lot of Canadian country people. I'm trying to think, Madeline Merlot, Lindsay L.
Yep.
I think I got Lauren Elena on there. I've got, oh, I love Ashley Cooke.
Oh, she's great.
Oh my goodness, yes. I came across her on TikTok, and it's just so crazy, the world of TikTok, because you never know how you're going to get connected to somebody. And one of her friends from Nashville actually saw a duet that I did with Ashley Cooke on TikTok. He sent it to her and she saw it. And then I guess they had a conversation about me saying, oh, wow, I really like her voice and I like what she's doing. So he tells me this. I was like, no way. He's from Nashville. Yep. And so I was like, well, I got to do an Ashley Cooke song then. So I did a cover of an Ashley Cooke song on my TikTok, and she shared it to her Instagram.
Yes.
So I was like, yes, I love her stuff. She's so great and she's killing it.
Well, and when she started that whole 615 house, and it just, I thought it was amazing what she's been doing. I've been watching her as well. And
as an independent artist too.
That's right.
Like, she is killing it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I chatted with Spencer Crandall a little while ago, and he was telling me how great it is just dealing with her, especially. And
I love him too.
Yeah, he's great. Super, super nice guy.
He seems it.
Yeah, pretty much how he is online is how he is kind of in person. So
you gotta love to hear that.
Those type of artists are some of my favorites, when they act like they are online when they're in person. Because don't get me wrong, you get a couple that you come across that are different online than they are in person. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
All human at the end of the day, right? So, all right. So would you say TikTok is your favorite social media platform?
Lately I'm having a lot of fun on it. There's just so much creativity. And I mean, it's just like, it's cool how you can be connected with so many people all across the world. And like these duet things and these like, I think it's called, what are they called? Syncing or,
Stitch
it. Yeah. And like, that's just so cool. You have such a bigger reach. Not that I don't love Instagram. I think Instagram definitely has its value for sure. And I think it's becoming more of like a place for like a marketing space.
Yes.
Which is great because you need both of those sides. But there's just something special about TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like all the platforms are kind of going the TikTok route.
Yeah, definitely. With reels.
Videos, the reels, yeah. Like it's all kind of, it's not just a picture. It's almost becoming a video platform.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I actually saw someone post a thing the other day, like talking about, they don't see a good picture every now and then. It's mostly like videos people are posting, and I'm guilty. I do it as well. Like it's, so
I love it. I love it because I feel like it's so much more like authentic.
Right.
You don't really get to edit them or like Photoshop it because it's in the moment, or at least it's harder to do.
That's right. Yeah. More steps if you want to edit the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. You've been doing music for a little while. What's been the best advice you've been given that you follow till today?
Oh, I've been given a lot of really good advice. But I would say the main thing, especially for this country music industry and taking everything by storm, is throw mud at the wall and see if it sticks.
Okay.
That's sort of been my mantra in going for this business and this industry. And my dad actually told me that. So it wasn't even somebody in the industry. It was just, it made a lot of sense to me. And I've been doing that. I've been taking risks and seeing if it sticks. And if it doesn't, then you move on and you throw some more mud.
On to the next thing. Yep, exactly. Love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right, let's talk about your new single. It's out now, Happy Place. Tell us about it and how it all came together.
So Happy Place is it's a special song, and I think it's really cool that it's coming out right now because we're in a pandemic, and I just really wanted to bring a positive outlook to these times. And so we just had this past summer where we were kind of able to do things. And I remember saying this phrase over and over again while I was, with family, especially, or like with friends. I feel like I'm in my happy place. And I actually took a photo with my niece and my nephew, and I captioned it, My Happy Place. And I was like, this is a song. This is definitely a song. And like the sentiment of it all and like where it came from is a song. And so I wrote it down, and I knew I had a write coming up with Rich, TJ, and Matt. And I just knew they were the guys for the job. I wrote down a few ideas of like what happy places are mine, and like what happy places or what people consider happy places. And came in with the concept that I wanted it to be very much about, people have their happy places, but really what it comes down to is who you're with.
Right.
And that's what a happy place is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So we wrote it, and I hate to be cheesy, but we were really in our happy place when we wrote it. We were having a blast, and I think that's the best indicator of what a good song will be is when you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like work at the end of the day.
No, it was honestly, we had so much fun. And there was one point, like we got to verse 2 and we were like finishing each other's sentences.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so great.
That's amazing. Is this is available on all platforms?
It is. It's available on anywhere that you listen to music, Spotify, Apple, the works. Yeah.
Perfect.
Go stream it.
Go stream it now. Do you have plans for a music video or anything like that?
I do. And I'm actually so excited about it because part of the like influence of the song is the beautiful couples that I've been surrounded by that really share that kind of love or the message of happy place. And one of those couples is my best friends who are married. Nice. And they're going to be the co-stars with me in the music video. And I'm so excited because I basically feel like they don't have to act.
Tell us a little bit more of the creative vision behind this whole video.
So it's still in the works, but it's kind of going to be one of those things where I don't want to give away all of it, but like the world melts away and it's just those two people in that space together.
Okay.
And yeah, so we're kind of reinventing the wheel, but in a very like creative way where you'll see some flashbacks of them in like their happy places together. And then I'll be there like kind of following the journey and watching this and being like inspired by it. But I'm really excited. We're working with Roadhouse Productions on it. AJ and Johnny, yeah, they're awesome. He's got some really great ideas. And my two best friends, they really like dancing and they're kind of old school, like 50s old school. So I love their relationship. So we're going to have some like dancing and stuff and like sort of like that La La Land thing where like the world melts away and they're kind of on their own. And
right. Very cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about it.
Oh, I'm excited to see it. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Do you do a lot of co-writing?
I do. That's like all I've been up to.
I know. That just seems like the go-to thing with this pandemic.
Definitely, yeah.
What's your favorite thing about it?
So I actually started off writing a lot just on my own.
Yeah.
So when I got to experience co-writing, I was like, where have I been? Like, you just have such beautiful perspectives from all of these different people, and it enhances the song so much more, or takes it in a different direction that you would never know. And then, like, sometimes when you're stuck, somebody else can come in and be like, yeah, I got this one, or like, and then you can build on top of that, and it's just a beautiful experience, and it's a lot of fun.
That's right. Just bouncing the ideas off one another. Or, you think of something, they think of something even better, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally get that. Is
Mhm.
there where do you find most of your inspiration when writing?
The grocery store. Mainly. I have so many of my songs have come from just hearing people in the grocery store's conversations.
Okay.
And I also my family, a lot of like overhearing conversations of my family, or just a lot of personal experiences as well, for sure. Like, unless I can connect to it, I'm not going to write about it. But yeah, I would say the grocery store lately.
That is a funny answer. Okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you one of those people who like to people watch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I am too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
We had
like,
to do that as a lesson in our theater class. We had to, it's very creepy, but we had to follow someone around, copy like how they walked, and build a character out of it.
wow,
Yeah.
it's so funny. There's been times I've been at restaurants eating, and the person behind me, they're like having some weird conversation, not even paying attention to who I'm with. I'm just kind of like, the ears, like making sure I listen.
100%. 100%.
Totally. That's so funny. I had to ask that because I'm like, that's a funny answer. I like it.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. So I was also reading on you. When you started writing, penning song lyrics, you were using it as an outlet for your feelings. It was kind of like your Taylor Swift, your way through high school.
Yeah. I love calling it that.
What does that mean? Like, were you bullied in high school? Was that kind of stuff that went on?
Definitely. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And I was pretty like underdeveloped, and I was bullied a lot for that in high school, and also just like a lot of unfortunate circumstances happened in my life where I was dealing with like a lot of health issues and things like that not a lot of people know about, and I try to sort of keep under wraps. But I have many songs just about how to get through those tough times, and of course those like teenage angst songs about boys who who hurt you too. But yeah, I had this ritual of writing in my journal every night before bed, and it was always a song. Like, I'd start writing "Dear Diary" or "Dear Angelica," blah 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 blah, and then out of nowhere, it's like I'm writing lyrics.
Yeah.
And then, like, the way that I like to write music is I always have a melody as I'm writing the lyrics. So there was times that my sister was like, "Go to bed," because I'd be like the old school way before you had your phones. I'd be in my room being like, da, 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 and then like writing it out.
Sure. That's okay. Is there like okay, so these people who bullied you, do they ever reach out to you now that you're kind of, doing this music stuff and it's working out for you? And
It's funny that you say that, because there has been so much support from my elementary years, which is so crazy.
Yep.
Or like even my high school years. And I'm just like, Wow. So you really did notice like that I had these skills and stuff, because some of my like old high school teachers have reached out, and even some of these people who haven't been so nice to me in the past, or like guys who didn't take a chance on me back then or whatever, are like, wow, I always knew you could do it. And you're like, you do now, right?
Yeah. It's funny because I went through something similar when I first picked up a camera. I was making, silly vlogs and that kind of stuff, and that was just to learn, like, create a video, create a
Mhm.
story or whatever. And yeah, I got made fun of pretty hard at my workplace, and it was kind of like I just didn't give them a reaction. And now, like, as things are doing well, funny how they've changed towards everything.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it's funny how they always come back. That's why I asked that, because I've experienced it myself.
But I'm happy they have, because like we all grow up, we all were kind of that. I'm sure I bullied too when I was younger and stuff like that. So it's just one of those opportunities where you can forgive and forget, and move forward as like these new adults that we are.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So with the release and everything and all this crazy pandemic stuff, do you have some shows lined up at all?
I'm trying to. I have an all-woman show that Nicole Ray is having me on January 27th, which is virtual. So
Awesome.
I'm really excited, and you'll get to hear Happy Place and all the songs that are coming on my upcoming EP. So I'm really excited about that. I know Dave Woods is going to have me on again for one of his shows.
Awesome.
And in terms of live shows, I actually we don't fully have it planned, but we have it in the works. Paige Rutledge and I are going to do a live band show together.
Nice.
And it was supposed to be closer to my release, but you got to push things back or whatever. So it will be sort of like a late celebration of my release.
Love it. Perfect. All
Mhm.
right. And when okay, you have an upcoming EP. When can we expect that?
Probably the end of the year for the full thing, but I'm slowly going to be releasing singles as we go. So there is another single that's coming down the chute, and I'm so excited about this one. It's very different than Happy Place, but it is equally as important to me because it's a different side of me that I'm actually just really excited about peeling back all of the different layers and having my listeners do that and see, like, reveal a new part about me or understand something different about me before they get to the EP.
Okay. Before the EP comes out, what would you say is your favorite song and why on it?
Ooh. Do I want to answer this while I'm trying to promote Happy Place? And it's so hard because there's so many they're like my babies.
I say that all the time to artists. I totally get it.
Yeah. But there's one song in particular that is really near and dear to my heart because it was one of the hardest ones to write. It's about a breakup with a best friend. And it's kind of that perspective of like, it's almost harder than a romantic breakup. And it took me, like, I started writing it myself and tried it a few times and was like, I'm going real personal with this. So I need to make sure that this is still relatable. Yep. And I took a bunch of like the words, and I think I had the bridge already figured out at this point, and I brought it to some co-writers who I really trust.
Yep.
And there was a lot of crying, but it was the most therapeutic experience. And I think it's just a really special song that isn't really out there in the world. Like, you don't hear about songs like that. And I think we did it justice. And I think it's a special one.
Okay, awesome. We'll leave it at that so we can make sure they go get a Happy Place.
Yeah.
But no, that's great. And I do agree, like the fact that Yeah, I don't know if there are too many songs about a breakup with a best friend. It's always romantic, right?
Hmm.
So that's oh, that's good. I'm excited to hear it
Thank you.
all comes
Thank
out.
you.
Yeah, all right.
But the one that is coming,
That's
that
the
one,
one you're pumped for.
that one I'm pumped for because I can't wait to like people to be on their toes and be like, I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Of course. I believe that I am at Angelica Appelman, Appelman, on all platforms. And I think the only other one I am Jelly Appelman is on Twitter. I don't use it that often, but Jelly's my nickname. So.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, go grab her newest single, Happy Place. Stay tuned for new music. And Angelica, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thank you so much for having me, Cody. It's been great.
Absolutely. Let's stay in touch and we'll talk soon.
All right.
All right, take care.
Bye.